In the previous video we have discussed about various a brief introduction of biofertilizers, right, where we have discussed that biofertilizers is a substance that contain live microorganisms, that can be bacteria, that can be fungus, that can be algae separately or in mixture. Okay, so we have also discussed that biofertilizers are preferable for any kind of farming, organic farming, because it helps in improving the soil microbial flora, and as a result soil health become improved, and as a result it improves the plant growth also. Not only that, it will perform various natural processes to provide primary nutrients for the plant. For example, biological nitrogen fixation, for example solubilization of the phosphorus, okay, that is usually not solubilized by bacteria or any solubilized by plant. Okay, and stimulation of plant growth through production of various kind of plant growth promoting substances. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the various kind of biofertilizers. We are going to discuss each of them one by one. So today our first discussion will be on bacterial biofertilizers. So remember one thing, that bacteria biofertilizers, the bacteria that are usually used for as a biofertilizers are all nitrogen fixers. Okay, that means for mainly the fixing of nitrogen we use bacterial biofertilizers. So there are two kind of bacterial biofertilizers, and remember another thing, that most of the bacterial biofertilizers contain NIF gene. What is that NIF gene? As its name suggests, it helps in nitrogen fixation. Ni for nitrogen and F for fixation. Okay, so there are two kind of nitrogen fixation technique. One is symbiotic nitrogen fixation, another one is free living nitrogen fixation. So what is symbiotic nitrogen fixation bacteria? Symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria live in association with crop plant in their root hair, okay, and in the form of nodules. Okay, and in case of free living nitrogen fixing bacteria, they do not make any kind of association and live freely with fixed atmosphere, and live freely and generally involved in fixing atmospheric nitrogen. So today we are going to discuss about one kind of symbiotic nitrogen fixer that are commonly used as a biofertilizers, that is rhizobium. Okay, so symbiotic nitrogen fixers are what? Symbiotic nitrogen fixers are bacteria that can live in association with plant root, okay, by forming nodules. So rhizobium is one of the example. They generally live in the root hair of legumes in the form of nodules. Okay, and plant root provide all the necessary nutrients and new substance for the growth of the bacteria. That is the rhizobium. So the name rhizobium was established by Frank in 1889, that you can remember, and the rhizobium have 7 distinct species depending on the cross inoculation group concept. Okay, we don't go in detail of cross inoculation group concept, we don't need that. We just remember the line that the genus has 7 distinct species depending on the cross inoculation group concept. More than 20 cross inoculation group concept groups also have been established. Okay, so now that is, these 2 point is important, last 2 point, that a new classification of rhizobium is now used. So this new classification of rhizobium is one fast growing rhizobium, another one is slow growing rhizobium. So slow growing rhizobia are known as in that group as bradyrhizobium, and fast growing rhizobium is known as rhizobium. So today we have learnt about the various type of biofertilizers, where we have started here the bacterial biofertilizers. Remember, bacterial biofertilizers are nothing but nitrogen fixers, and these bacterial biofertilizers contain NIF gene. This NIF, due to the presence of that NIF gene, they can perform nitrogen fixation. There are two type of nitrogen. There are two kind of nitrogen fixers that we have developed. One is symbiotic nitrogen fixers, Here in that symbiotic nitrogen fixatures, those kind of nitrogen fixatures grow in associated or in association with plant root. Okay, and free living nitrogen fixation do not go for any kind of association, but they have the ability to fix nitrogen, mainly atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, so today's discussion was all about symbiotic nitrogen fixation. So here we have discussed about the rhizobium that live in the root hair of legumes in the by forming root nodules, and they provide all their necessary nutrient with the help of they gets all the necessary nutrient from the plant root. Okay, and this rhizobium can be classified with the help of a new classification system. One is fast growing rhizobium, another one is second slow growing rhizobium. So slow growing rhizobium are commonly known as bradyrhizobium, and fast growing rhizobium are known as commonly rhizobium. And another important thing that you can remember, that a new class, this genus rhizobium genus, can be divided into 7 distinct species based on cross inoculation group concept. Okay, so that's it for today.